54 years ago, the world watched history in the making as Apollo 11 blasted off for the moon. And tonight we hear from a Florida teen who had a front row seat to the iconic launch and how it sparked a lifelong passion for space. Wing security analyst Richard Kulko shares how Apollo 11 made history.
July 16, 1969, the Apollo 11 crew left the suit-up room in the crew quarters and headed to an astronaut van that would take them to the Saturn V rocket and a flight to the moon. Tom Gott, a 17-year-old high school student, was there.
I was at the Kennedy Space Center. I had a press credential. I was working for a radio station in Sanford, Florida.
A cool job to have back then.
I was invited to go to watch the astronauts come out of the building and get on the van to go out to the launch pad. And I was in the front row. It was unbelievable. The guys, all three astronauts came out. They were all suited up, carrying their oxygen in a looked like a briefcase. And the press all applauded. They started clapping for them.
And then the launch.
Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You see the bright flame from the rocket, and then a couple of seconds later, you'd feel the noise, and it was just amazing.
All part of history.
On July 20th, 1969, when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The world changed.
It all got him hooked on space.
My mom would write excuses to the school, you know, that he'll get more out of going to a launch than what he'd learn at school today. And I think the principal agreed. So, but I missed a lot of school going to the Apollo launches.
The interest level is different now, but perhaps after this flight,
trying to go back to the moon is I think that's historic.
More people will get interested in the space program.
And speaking of history, Tom was at the radio station when the lunar module Eagle landed on the moon. The AP wire machine printed out the historic news. Tom grabbed that piece of paper announcing the historic moment. Years later, he donated it to a museum. Yes, he and I will be watching Artemis launch closely tomorrow. Fly safe and Godspeed. Back to you.
Oh, so much national pride wrapped up in that. Thank you so much, Rich. Wink News is first fair everywhere. We're taking you back to the moon. Wink News anchor Russ McCaskey will be live in Cape Canaveral all day tomorrow for Artemis 2, bringing you closer to the crew, the mission, and the historic moments from Southwest Florida to launch night. Count on coverage that's first, fair, and everywhere, only on Wink News.